So the stock market is absolutely flying at the moment. It's back at 52-week highs, and I thought today would be a really good point just to talk about the mindset of being a stock market investor. There's a lot that's happened in the last 2 years, and I thought today was a really good reflection point. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button. We're near 16,000 subscribers, so make sure you subscribe. Let's get started. So this morning I was looking at my portfolio, and the reason why I'm doing this video is because of this reason. The also thing is that obviously the Fed are going to meet later on today, and by the time you guys are probably watching this, you'll know what the Fed cut is, and we'll probably talk about that tomorrow. I won't have time to do it today because I'm going out and I won't have time to record and edit the video, so I'll cover that for you on Thursday for you guys. But this morning the video idea just kind of came to me because I was looking at my portfolio. And I'm looking at my portfolio and everything was flying. There was a lot of stocks up. And last week I sold a stock for, obviously I made a video for you guys on the YouTube, and I said that I sold my Starbucks position, made some money on it. And this morning, you guys on the Patreon, you guys know, I sold another stock. I didn't sell it all, but I trimmed my position, and I made some decent money off it. And I was looking at my portfolio doing really well, and I was looking at all the stocks that are doing really well, and I was looking at all the stocks that I've sold this year, and how much money I made this year. You know, this has been 2023 was a fantastic year for me. 2024 was a fantastic year for me, and the money we've made has been absolutely amazing. And hopefully you guys are doing the same thing as well and making a lot of money on the stock market. And I just kind of thought, I thought, where were we 2 years ago? And I just thought back to that stock market crash of 2022 that we're in, that worst stock market crash, and I thought, what a difference 2 years makes. And even from like a week ago, the difference like a week ago makes. And I made a video about 2 weeks ago now, and I called out another big YouTuber out here, the biggest UK stock market YouTuber, and I basically called him, a fearmonger that basically doesn't know anything about stocks, and he makes videos for views. And I felt like this guy here, he capitalized on the stock market during the time frame, because during that time frame the stock market was having a big dip, down about 4%. On the 5th of September, threw this video out saying the stock market is crashing, here's why, talking about, the stock market's going to be an awful, 2024 stock market. And I was like, this is just for views. When you look at the video, there was just nothing. It was just fear mongering. It was created to make views for personal gain. And when I looked at the video, there was no good information about how to actually take advantage of the dip, what you should do with this situation. And if you believe the stock market is going to be not a great stock market, which even me, I thought, I'm in the camp that I think the stock market isn't in a great place, but I'm still buying stocks. I'm still holding for the long term. I'm not trying to time the market, and I'm still going to keep most of my money invested. And if anyone watched that video and panicked and sold out the stocks, they probably sold the stocks out right at the bottom. And since that time frame, the stock market's recovered that dip very, very quickly. We're back at all-time highs. Hopefully your account is back to all-time highs. And I just thought, there's just so much trash that happens on YouTube, and especially the big YouTubers as well. The content they put out that cause fear mongering, that they do for personal gains to get the most views ever. But there's about 126k viewers on that video. I reckon about 80k, I reckon about 20k watched that video and went, what a load of crap, I'm not doing that, I'm not panicking. But I reckon a few people got affected, and a few people made the decisions, on the 6th of September to sell the stock, going, oh yeah, it could be crashing here. And now they're all looking 2 weeks later and going, bloody hell, what did I do that for? And that's what I made a video calling this out, and I said, look, it's here for personal gain. A video like that is to make, it's a frustrating that YouTube, that is what gets the views here. But if you're being serious about money here, a long-term investor, you don't bother about what's happening in the short term. You're a long-term investor. You think about the long term. You invest in great companies. Any short-term dips that happen, you go through it. That's the great benefit about being a long-term investor, is that being a long-term investor, you don't worry about these short-term dips. In the long term, if the business you're investing in grows its profit and revenue, you're going to make money. And I thought, I was just thinking back to that point of view, thinking all those people that would have probably panic sold, and now they're probably looking 2 weeks later and going, bloody hell, like it's all recovered. And I kind of got the flashbacks as well to 2022, and everyone's a genius in a bull market. I'm looking back to the time in 2022 when stocks were crashing. Everyone thinks they're a genius right now, and I go back to 2022 and all the mistakes that were made in 2022, and all the YouTubers out there that were disappearing, deleting videos, selling Palantir stock at $8, and I look at all the time, all them big YouTubers that were panicking during that time frame, and you got to see actually when we got into a tough market, not just when we're having like a 4% dip in the market, but when we actually got into a tough market, who actually is made of tough stuff. You know, like, who actually digs deep into the companies and buys quality businesses. And same as Warren Buffett says, you only when the tide goes in do you discover who's been swimming naked. What a quote that is. And you know, when we got into that 2022 market, the worst stock market crash since 2008, you got to see that, didn't you? You got to see realistically what investors are made of. You know, what investors actually know the businesses in and out, which were confident to go buy their stocks in 2022, and which YouTubers, big YouTubers, actually kind of knew what they were on about, knew what they were doing when they were investing. And I look at the success that I've had in the last kind of 2 years especially, and I look at the stocks that I was prioritising during that 2022, and I was calling out on the YouTube for you guys, saying like DraftKings, what a stock this is at $10, Hims and Hers, what a stock this is at $3, Mercado Libre, what a stock this is at $800, Meta stock at $80, Google at $100. The list goes on. Those are just the 5 largest holdings in my portfolio, excluding PayPal. But the list goes on the stocks that I was buying during that time frame, and all the stocks that have done very well, and obviously now getting the rewards. And I was just thinking this morning how well the account's doing, and obviously the profit that we took from Starbucks last week, and then I took, like I said this morning, I trimmed another position this morning, and I was thinking it's going so well. And I thought, 2 years ago now, we were sat in the worst stock market crash, and it was just so different. I remember everyone, right now everyone's a genius in the bull market. Everyone's going, oh yeah, DraftKings, what a stock. Hims and Hers, what a stock that's going, it's going to be a future 6 billion market cap. Mercado Libre, what a company. Meta, such a great business. Google, great company. If Meta was ever to have a 20%, 30% dip, I'd buy it, every single day. But during that time frame when Meta was $80, how many people went missing? I remember making videos about some of these stocks. I remember making videos about DraftKings and Hims and Hers, which were the 2 stocks I focused most on in like 2022. And I remember the comment section of my videos, and I probably had like 20 comments on the videos at the time. And I would go as far to say probably 17 or 18 of those comments were hate comments. Like, oh, DraftKings, what a terrible stock. It's a pump and dump stock. It's going bankrupt. Oh, it's going to $1. I remember like the videos I used to make on Hims and Hers, and people used to go, oh, I'm not buying that at $3. It's terrible. Or, oh, it's not making any profitability. Or it's just a hype stock. It's just a COVID stock. And I just remember it like, it's you really see in that time frame who are the proper investors when the market dips. And even when we had like the stock market dip only like 2 weeks ago, where it dropped like, nearly 5%. And, the amount of people that are out there that are just out there that don't actually know what they're doing, that are just putting content out there for views and promoting fear, and actually looking at who actually knows what they're doing. And it's only during those time frames that you know what you are made of as an investor, and who are actually those quality investors that actually dig into the businesses. Those investors that aren't selling Palantir at $8 and now it's obviously a $35 stock. It just made me laugh this morning because I had a bit of a reflection on it, and it was just a reflection. Like, I was thinking, everything's going so well, but only 2 years ago I remember like the fear that was out there, and the big YouTubers that just were falling off the scene, that were panicking, that were doing fear content, that deleted all the stock pick videos, that maybe even stopped even making videos. And it makes me laugh like how all of them have kind of come back to the top now, and it makes me laugh how some of these still are getting 100k views, and yet it was evident that they have no idea what they're doing. And you got to be really careful, guys. You got to be really careful, because when those times come around again, because there will be a time when we do get this situation again. And it makes me laugh because some of the people that are at the top right now that have the biggest influence, as we've seen, have no idea what they're doing. And if you want to be successful, you need to mentally be in the right place. And how you deal with those dips, how do you buy the stocks? What stocks do you buy? How do you stay for long term when those dips happen? When your account craters and it's dropping rapidly, how you deal with that? Do you get sucked into the panic, or do you think about it logically about where it's going to be in the long term, and how you deal with that situation? And also, like, how would you surround yourself with other investors? How do you surround yourself with other investors going, yeah, it's pretty bad at the moment, but actually, you know, when we get to 2024, 2025, everything will be all right. Oh, look at this stock, look at DraftKings, that's at, you know, $10, that could be a buy, look at him. You know, surround yourself with the right crowd, because if you surround yourself with the wrong crowd and you make the wrong decisions, you end up selling stocks. You buy stocks at 52-week highs in 2021, and then you end up selling stocks like Palantir at $8. And you surround yourselves with not the right investors, not good investors, which is hard because you don't actually realize what those investors are like we said, until we get out of the bull market, when we get into the bear market. Only then do you find out who's swimming naked. And it's tough because it's only in the tough times you find what people are made of, and you find out what like stock market investors are made of. And during that time, when we do have the next one, when we do have a 2022 again, you know, you want to be around those kind of investors that are good influences on you, that are putting that kind of message out like, don't worry, it'll be okay. You know, look at those opportunities out there. Think about the financials. If the financials are still going very well, the stock price will be rewarded when we get to a better market. And lucky for me, honestly, I think I've got a decent mentality around the stock market already. Also, the people that are on the Patreon and the Discord, the 500 members that we have, that also helps because I think a lot of them have kind of got the same sort of mindset as me. And, you know, the day where you have that doubt and you go, actually, this is getting pretty bad. Hopefully the other people around you pick it up going, no, think about the long term, and hopefully that helps you, that you don't struggle. But it's, you know, it was the clear thing to me is that, you know, surrounding yourself around the right crowd. Because going back to like when I'm making the videos, and, you know, I was only one of the stock market content creators in the UK that actually stuck around during 2022 and said like, this is what I'm buying. And while all that negativity was thrown in the comment section, and I was having like 18, 19 out of 20 comments being negative, if I stared at the comment section all day, I would probably end up thinking, bloody hell, should I be buying DraftKings? Is there actually something wrong with it? Hims at $3? Maybe I shouldn't be buying Hims at $3 if I stared at the comment section. But because I had the inner circle group on the Discord and Patreon, and even they, you know, all the members there were going, yeah, you know what, I see what you're doing, Jacob. I can see the opportunity in Hims. Or if you listen to some of these big content creators out there that were going, I'm deleting all my stock picks, Palantir, I'm selling it at 52-week lows at $8 because, it's not going well out there. It's really important, like, you listen to the influence and you judge that influence, because only when things get tough is when you realise what people are made of. And now, 2 years on, and even from 2 weeks ago even, you see what people are made of when the dips do come, and who actually knows what's going on. And from 2022, you know what's going on anyway. So I just thought it was a good time to reflect on a few things, guys. And that's just some thoughts that I had today. And I thought it was not really a stock market video kind of thing, talking about some stocks, but just as important is like the mentality around stocks. And today I thought I'd focus on that mentality, and hopefully it helps you, because we will hit the dip again at some point, and you've just got to be selective on what you do, who you listen to, and who you spend your time with, because they'll have big influence on you. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'll see you in a bit.